Well, hi, and thank you so much for taking time to watch this little video presentation. We are all very disappointed that 2020 is shaping up the way it is, and unfortunately, we can't have our fantastic Danceport Gala at Homebush. We have, however, come up with what I think is going to be a fantastic solution to the problem. All of your students are learning to dance, and they are going to want to compete or want to perform in some way to demonstrate to their parents or their families what they've learnt. And this presentation is all about the opportunity for them to present via online video service. Now, this is a concept that has actually already been created for the 2024 Olympic Games, which Danceport is a part of. And I've shamelessly borrowed a lot of the technology and the ideas to be able to put together this presentation. So let's get started and I'll show you how I think it's going to work. Now there's two components to this presentation, a short slide deck and about a 1.5-minute video of how the actual event will work. Now here's the components. We're planning on doing video footage at your school in the Year 5 presentation that we generally do each year. Now, in this particular one, there won't be any parents present. Everything is going to be recorded by video. Access to that video is going to be controlled by the school. The only two external people at the event is going to be myself and your dance instructor. Now, we're going to, as normal, select 2 finalist couples per dance to represent the school, and we hope they will be dressed in costume. Now, all the other team members and team events, they'll be dressed in school uniform. The event's going to be assessed by professional adjudicators. I have a process where we can do all the recordings, then upload them into a dedicated server with chapters. So you don't have to watch everybody else dance. You'll know your school and your finalists to be able to see it. Now, if you recall, every year we have the Norrie event and the Gilks event. This is at Homebush. So we're going to stick with that theme. These are the 4 components of this little slide deck, the participating schools. Now the Norrie event is going to be made up of schools that are basically doing a 10-week program. So you started at the beginning of term 3. Here's all the schools that you'd be competing against. I think the idea would be to record at your school at an in-school event somewhere between the 21st to the 25th of September. That's week 10 of term 3. Now, I'm more than happy to try to coordinate this so that it happens to coincide with your normal Danceport classes. So the Sandra Norrie event is for the 10-week program, people. The Gilks event is actually for the 15-week people, which is going to take us to midterm 4. So these are the 15-week schools. I recommend that we do the videoing at the end of the 15 weeks, which would be somewhere between 9th to 13th of November. Now, the key difference here is the 15-week schools will be dancing all 4 dances, which is your tango, cha-cha, jive, and salsa. And most likely we'll be doing one of the demonstration dances. Whereas for the Sandra Norrie event, the 10-week program, you'll be doing 3 dances, which is cha-cha, tango, and the jive. And we'll be doing 1 extra dance, which will be a demonstration dance. So here's what it looks like. 10-week program, 3 dances, cha-cha, tango, jive, and the team event. Or the 15-week program, 4 dances, cha-cha, tango, salsa, jive, and the team event. Now the team event is the opportunity for all students to be able to dance who are in the cohort, but they will be danced in their school uniform. How we're going to work our way through the finalists and to get to a winner is going to be using a round robin process. I've created this little matrix for the Norrie competition for, say, cha-cha finalists. Up here we have each school, Mona Vale, Manly Vale, Olympia Heights, through to Narrowinner, and they are going to present couple number 1 and couple number 2 from each school. So our first round competition will have basically 4 couples competing. 4 couples competing between Olympia Heights and Wakehurst, 4 couples between Willoughby and Narrabeen North, 4 couples between Wheeler Heights and Narrowena. The second round then comes from a feed from that first round. So we now have 2 couples competing out of the 4. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 couples in the second round. And the third round, we have 2 couples coming through and 2 couples coming through again. Finally, we have a battle for first and second, which is a very Olympic parlance that they use, where couple number 1 and 2 compete for the Sandra Norrie Cha-Cha competition. It'll be done through a series of videos, and here's just a snapshot of how I think those videos might work. Hi and welcome to the Metropolitan North Dance Sport Gala Event 2020. And we're doing things rather differently this year, and we're going to do everything online where you get to watch your child dance and compete. The judging system is going to be replicating that which is used in the Olympics for the year 2024 for the Paris Games. This is the first round of the Cha-Cha. We've got our 2 competitive couples performing for us, Bob and Mary from Manly Vale Public School and Peter and Louise from Allambie Heights Public School. Let's start with Bob and Mary watching their Cha-Cha. Fantastic, Bob and Mary. Our second couple competing today is Peter and Louise from Allambie Heights. Thank you, Bob, Mary, Peter and Louise. Okay, the first assessment goes to Bob and Mary for technique. The second assessment is presentation. Again, Bob and Mary from Manly Vale have won that. The third is musicality, which goes to Peter and Louise. We have 5 categories. The fourth category is partnering, which goes to Peter and Louise. And the fifth and final deciding category is interpretation, which goes to Peter and Louise again. So the winners of our first round Cha-Cha between Manly Vale and Allambie Heights goes to Peter and Louise from Allambie Heights. Thank you very much, Bob, Mary, Peter and Louise, for your effort. We look forward to seeing you in the next round. So the last important components is the timing. We have our Zoom meeting in August. Once you're happy with the idea, we'll be emailing permission slips to parents. I'll be locking in the dates with the schools to do the recording. I suggest we do for the Norrie event, we do the recording in week 10, the Gilks event in week 5 of term 4. We present the whole thing in one go. So in other words, a presentation to schools, most likely nearing the end of term 4. And we'll do the presentations of medals, etc., or trophies at that time as well. Here's a schedule of what I think might work. I think trying to do 2 schools per day properly, I would anticipate we'll need at least 2 hours each school to do a good job. I'll have all the recording equipment and we'll be able to put it all together and essentially embed it into chapters on a website. So thanks very much for taking time to watch this little video presentation. It's a first time we're doing it. I have done similar things for our after-school program, but this is quite a big project, and I'm sure by the time we get to the second or third iteration, it'll be a pretty polished product. Don't forget, this whole program is now for free, so the event, there's no charge to the parents for the video footage, etc., or to the school. That's my pleasure to be able to put this together and give your students the chance to share their dancing. Thank you very much, and I'll look forward to hearing your feedback.